Good evening, everyone. My name is Mike Fortman, and I humbly serve as the publisher of TH Media and Vice President of Woodward Community Media. On behalf of all the employee owners of TH Media and Woodward Communications, I'd like to welcome you to the celebration of the Telegraph Herald's First Citizen Award. Thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you to our dear friends at the Community Foundation of Greater Dubuque for again being part of this wonderful event. The Telegraph Herald's First Citizen Award is widely thought of as one of the most prestigious awards in the area. And tonight, we are excited to recognize and celebrate Perry Mason. Perry has touched the lives of so many people, and you'll hear more about that in a minute. Congratulations, my friend Perry. You deserve this. Since this is a Telegraph Herald Award, I'd like to talk briefly about the TH. The most important thing we do, job number one, is we provide local community news. In today's digital and print edition of the TH, the first 3 pages were chock full of local news and local photos, including, for example, NICC unveiling a $1.4 million campus upgrade. Our sports section was also full of local stories and local pictures, including a front page feature about the Dubuque Wahlert boys basketball team routing Cedar Rapids, Washington high school basketball. You also found local grocery ads from stores like Hy-Vee, Eagles, and Quick Star. And you found a special 12-page section honoring our first citizen, Perry Mason. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't see that in every community across the country. Local news in many communities has been taken for granted and has gone away. But our commitment at TH Media to being the leader in local community news remains steadfast. We have an incredible news team that I am so proud of. I would put them up against any newsroom of a community newspaper in the country. Providing local community journalism also helps us present local events, like tonight's First Citizen Award. I cannot make the statement that I made about putting our newsroom up against any newsroom in the country without strong leadership in our news department. Leading the newsroom at TH Media is our executive editor and my friend, Amy Gilligan. In 2025, Amy celebrated 35 years at the TH. It's kind of a big year in 25 for Amy because she also received the highest honor given by the Iowa Newspaper Association. She was named Master Editor Publisher. You want me to keep going? Is just getting the applause? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the stage your MC for tonight and my friend, Amy Gilligan.
All that, I guess.
I set the bar high.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Thank you to all of you for joining us here at this event to honor our 56th Telegraph Herald First Citizen Award recipient, Perry Mason. If you haven't had a chance yet to talk to Perry, don't worry, there'll be time afterwards, and I'm sure he'll make the rounds. We'll be around for a little bit. So tonight's event is being broadcast on telegraphherald.com, and so we welcome the folks who couldn't be here in person. I know this is an awfully cold night, and there are a few events going on this week, and some of our first citizens from years past were unable to attend, but I know they're viewing online, so appreciate you being here as well. We thank Nancy Van Milligan and the Community Foundation of Greater Dubuque for sponsoring the live stream program and for helping make possible this special section that Mike alluded to, commemorating this honor and with many congratulations, and it was published in today's paper, and there are copies on all the tables. So if you haven't had a chance to look through it yet, feel free to take copies with you, and I think it's a really nice commemoration of this award. The Community Foundation has been a longtime partner of ours on many community events, and I'll direct your attention to the video screens for some deeper insight into the role that the Community Foundation of Greater Dubuque plays.
There's something special about a bridge. It can be majestic and strong and beautiful. But it's the purpose of the bridge that holds its real strength: to connect, to bring people together for something so much bigger. And in Northeast Iowa, the Community Foundation of Greater Dubuque is that bridge, the connection that makes bigger things possible. We are rooted in the Dubuque region and dedicated to inspiring community philanthropy. We build trusted relationships with donors, nonprofits, and community leaders. We collaborate, collect data, listen, and learn to strengthen our community. We do this by forging partnerships to address pressing and complex challenges to build a thriving region. We are working to create a vibrant and inclusive Dubuque to provide the resources and opportunities that will make our community a place where everyone can thrive. The key to a better region will always be you. Your involvement is critical. Your time, your knowledge, your gifts, each is an investment in our community, today, tomorrow, and forever. Community support helps make a lasting positive difference in our schools, our workplaces, in the way we live and the way we dream. Your support goes beyond this moment. It ripples out, expanding and touching the lives of an ever-growing number of people, impacting every corner of our amazing community. You can make a difference. Partner with the Community Foundation of Greater Dubuque. Let's continue to build bridges together that will transform our region, right here, right now, and for many years to come.
I'll make sure I keep it to a few words. Good evening. Thank you all for being here. In my eyes, this room is full of first citizens just waiting to become. The First Citizens Award is always a great way to start the year. It sets the tone for everything to come and reminds us that caring, engaged people are what make Dubuque strong. People like Perry Mason, tonight's honoree. The Community Foundation of Greater Dubuque is proud to sponsor the award each year because it perfectly exemplifies our mission: empower communities and ignite generosity. As we'll hear about tonight, Perry does both of those things with remarkable consistency and impact. Communities are empowered when people who live in them are deeply engaged. And what could be a better example of community engagement than a radio network that reaches over 700,000 listeners every month? As the general manager of Radio Dubuque, Perry oversees 4 stations that deliver local news, weather, stories about our neighbors, and entertainment. In an age when the information we receive is filtered through algorithms and diluted by media consolidation, Perry is delivering something that other regions can only dream of. Honest to goodness, homegrown local content. Tuning into KDTH, Cat FM, The Rock, or The River is like calling a good friend. On the phone, you hear that trusted voice of a real person from right here in your community. At the Community Foundation, we are passionate about supporting exactly this type of local news and information that Radio Dubuque and tonight's host, the Telegraph Herald, provide. That local touch is why we partner with these organizations for so many of our community impact opportunities, including Great Give Day, and Vision 2030 and Every Child Reads. It's why the Community Foundation hosts 3 funds that directly support local media outlets. We know that informed communities are stronger communities. But Perry doesn't just engage people over the airwaves. He brings them together face to face. He gathers tens of thousands each year to celebrate and honor our country's 4th of July fireworks, an air show spectacular. He organizes honor flights that recognize the veterans we call neighbors, men and women who have sacrificed so much for freedom and democracy. Over 1,200 veterans have experienced their memorials because of Perry's dedication. What strikes me most about Perry is his humility. In the words of one nominator, he is a person that never says I or takes any credit. It is always we, or that someone did a good job accomplishing a task. That collaborative spirit, that genuine commitment to lifting others up, that's the kind of leadership that transforms communities. I hope this evening you're inspired by Perry's generous spirit and his deep love of community. If hearing about his work ignites a desire to give back, there's many ways to channel that desire into positive impact. Volunteer, make a donation, get involved with a cause that you care about. Because when people engage with their own community, when they really engage, the way Perry has for decades, the community changes for the better. Perry is the perfect example of that truth, and this is why we are so proud to sponsor this award in his honor. Thank you. Congratulations, Perry.
We've got a whole boatload of people here tonight from TH Media, so I'm not going to run through everybody, but I would ask them to stand here when I mention just a couple of things. We've got folks here running the live stream and our cameras. We've got our marketing folks who put this event together, this and all our events every year. And we've got people from every department in our operation. And I want to mention Tom Woodward, who is our president and CEO of Woodward Communications, and Bob Woodward, director of journalism, philanthropy, and college partnerships. And I'd ask all my colleagues at TH Media and Woodward to please stand. This is actually the 17th year of hosting this event at the Diamond Joe, and we really couldn't be more pleased with the accommodations and the arrangements. We appreciate the work of Keith and all of the team here, and thanks to everyone. I think, sure. I want to give a shout out to some special folks that came tonight. I got a call when we announced that our winner was going to be Perry Mason. I got a call from Larry Holscher, and he had an idea. And the honor guard that you saw standing by Perry, and some of you saw them standing at the door, was here tonight and wanted to be here tonight, just as they are, to welcome honor flights home in full uniform. And I just want to shout out Dennis Giesemann, John Pregler, and Larry Holscher for showing up, and appreciate your service. Each year when we gather to celebrate the newest recipient of our First Citizen Award, we take a bit of time to salute those who have come before. You saw earlier the names scrolling on the screen of all those we've honored over the course of 56 years. These community leaders and organizers, visionaries, and passionate workers for causes have given their time, their money, and their hearts to this community. Each of them has been called to serve others and to contribute to the greater good to make our corner of the world a little better. For 56 consecutive years, we've bestowed the honor of Telegraph Herald First Citizen Award, and it has become the premier award for volunteerism in the tri-state area. Some of those First Citizen Award winners are here tonight to help us bestow this honor on our next recipient. Before I announce each person's name individually, I would ask that all previous TH First Citizen Award recipients please stand or wave and let us know that you're here. So here are our previous honorees that are present with us tonight, introduced in the order of the year of their selection. Jerry Ensler, 1991. Hunter Firsty, 2001. Baba Marilyn Hafer, 2017. I don't think I saw Jim Collins sneak in. He was going to be a little late, so, well, Jim Collins, 2018. Go Duhawks. Paula and Terry Friedman, represented by Terry tonight, 2019. Judy Wolf, 2020. And sitting over here, Tim Conlon, 2023. Anybody here that I missed? All right. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. We consider all of these men and women members of our First Citizen Hall of Fame, and we're so grateful to you for all that you've done and all that you continue to do. When Perry Mason was chosen as the 2025 recipient of the First Citizen Award, he spent some time with a TH reporter and photographer and videographer. And you can see the story and the photos in the special section that I mentioned that's on your table. And we'd like to show you the video, if you haven't had a chance to see it, the interview that we got with Perry that published on at the time of the announcement.
On the back of some of the pictures my dad took, he would say, there's my escort at 2 o'clock, and in the next picture was a puff of smoke, and he would say something to the effect of, there was my escort at 2 o'clock. During his time, I believe he was shot down twice. He really wouldn't talk about the war that much, so I was trying to piece things together. The honor flight was to honor the World War II veterans, to be able to go out to Washington, D.C. and see the World War II memorial that was built in their honor 50 years after the war was over. I can tell you stories about different veterans that hadn't talked to their family in over 40 years, or had not talked to their family about their experience. That's the history, and when they're gone, that's gone. That's one side of it. But the other side of it is it gives them an opportunity to be able to maybe release things that they haven't been able to release. And the mission at that point, when we stopped, was to, as I mentioned, bring World War II veterans out to Washington. We accomplished that. But then Honor Flight National changed their mission. And it's like, well, the mission has changed. Why don't we start back up? Well, that was an easy phone call. We called our committee together. There's a few inside things that had happened at that little luncheon, and then we said, hey, would you be on board if we brought it back? And that was a simple yes. It's, you know, I get a lot of recognition for the things that I do, and I'd like it to be told that it's not me. I mean, yeah, maybe I sit at the head of the table, but you know, the air show and fireworks, I work with a great staff at our radio stations and the Dubuque JCs and all the folks that are involved in that, from Todd out at the airport and his group, and the fire and police department here. It was a cloudy, rainy, misty day and a low ceiling, and we were going to have the Golden Knights jump out by the old Kmart, and I needed a fire truck and an ambulance on site to do some wind direction things, and I made a phone call to Rick Jones. Sure enough, I hang up the phone and turn around, and there's a fire truck and ambulance. It's that kind of support that everybody gives. You know, for Honor Flight, same thing. We go into businesses, or we talk to people, and we need their help, and it's like, what can I do? These two little girls came in with their mom, and they had just had a lemonade stand down the street, and they raised like $7.26, and they brought that to us. And I looked at them and I let them know that was going to go there. So everything that we raise, none of us are paid. I can tell everybody, I can look them in the eye and say, hey, It's going to our veterans. It's going to getting our veterans out to Washington, D.C., and that's an easy ask. And just being able to see the joy and the happiness. It's relationships. It's, again, building what the meaning of the program is all about. Sure, you can go anywhere and have a fireworks display, or you could go somewhere and have an air show, but be able to dedicate that program to the men and women of our armed forces that have given us the freedom or are giving us the freedom that we enjoy today. To me, it just has to be done.
Born in Dubuque and a graduate of Hempstead High School, Perry Mason has been familiar to the area's radio listeners for more than 40 years. He was born into broadcasting. His father, Bill Mason, came to Dubuque in 1958 to work at KDTH Radio and then moved to WDBQ. Perry himself started at CAT FM in 1985 and today serves as general manager of Radio Dubuque. Soon after his start at CAT FM, Perry married Polly Ann Pusateri, and they became parents to son Tony. Perry Mason was also born into a family that took service to their nation seriously. His two brothers and his father served in the military, as well as several uncles. Perry has always recognized military service personnel as safeguards of America's freedom and independence. Mason's gratitude to veterans is evidenced by his becoming a driving force behind two local initiatives that celebrate veterans and showcase America's patriotism and freedom: Dubuque's annual Fireworks and Air Show Spectacular and Honor Flight of Dubuque and the Tri-States. In this, the year that we will mark the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence and the founding of American freedoms, it's fitting to bestow our community's top volunteer award to a man who has done so much to honor our veterans, our patriots, and our nation. Please join me in congratulating the 56th recipient of the Telegraph-Herald First Citizen Award, Perry Mason.
Thank you. Thank you. When I got the email from Mike that he wanted to come up to the radio station and chat with me about something, I said, dang it, I want to go on vacation. I said, Mike, is this something that, we can wait until after the holidays for it? No, it's time sensitive. So he and Amy came up, and when they came into the conference room and closed the door, I thought, okay, what's this all about? So I just have to say this. I am very humbled. I appreciate, the Telegraph-Herald, and I actually used to work for the company a few years ago. I used to work with a guy named Tom Woodward. But in Nancy at the Community Foundation, Diamond Joy, everybody that's been involved in this, thank you so much. I don't do this, as I've said, I don't do what I do for this kind of thing. I was taught at a very young age about what veterans do for us and have done for us. And it's just, for me, it was an easy thing to be a part of, supporting our veterans and doing whatever I can for them. But the neat thing about this, and I accept this award, is all the people that make me look good. And I've said this, and Amy said, don't repeat anything that was in your video. Well, I had to do an hour-and-a-half video to get 3 minutes. Just easy. No, that's true. But anyway, thank you so much. My son is the one that writes all my speeches for me, the ones that I do on July 3rd, and he goes, Dad, you want me to write a speech? And I said, no, you don't have to write anything. I'll remember. Thank you. So to all that are involved here, to the whole group that helps with the fireworks and air show. It's a huge undertaking. It's more than what people really understand. But have a great group of people that do that. To all the people that nominated me, and to our honor flight group, that was a fun time when we got together. Quick little story: we have 2 sailors on our team, and neither one of them can count. And you guys think that's funny? We have what we call Navy math because these guys can't count wheelchairs. But when we got together and asked if they would be interested in bringing back honor flights so that we can continue to honor our now up to Vietnam veterans, it was an easy ask, and the support from the community is just awesome. So I just want to personally thank everybody that gave me the award or it was involved in this, and then also all of our veterans. And if you see a veteran, many of them are here tonight, excuse me, I would just say, hey, shake their hand and tell them thank you. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. So thank you very much. I told Nancy I'd keep it under 45 minutes. I usually don't do that, but anyway, thank you. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Mike.
I think someone's calling for Grandpa. Thank you, Perry, for the kind words and for the inspiration that you provide. Thanks to all of you for joining us and to the Community Foundation for your support. If you know others who missed this event, you can tell them they can watch the archive broadcast on telegraphherald.com, and we will have that posted first thing in the morning. We just couldn't be prouder to host this event and to have bestowed this award and recognize some incredible people in our community for more than half a century. It's a legacy that I am deeply proud to be a part of, and I thank all of you for being a part of it as well. On behalf of TH Media, I'll say to the veterans in this room, thank you for your service, thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for all you have done. Thank you, and good night, everyone.